All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Role Players, Episode 5, Season 2. We had a little bit of a hiatus, we mentioned on Crunch Time, so we apologize for that. Your boy was in Vegas 1 week, and then there was a bunch of other stuff going on, so we couldn't do it. And then last week we had spring break, so we've had a lot going on. But yeah, we mentioned it last episode. I got Mr. Dylan Walton to my right, and then Mr. Trey Whiteout making his Role Players debut for the season. Guys, how we doing? Again, I know we talked about it on Crunch Time, but for those who watch Role Players, how we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. Back hurts a little bit right now, but aside of that, I'm good.
Dude, I get it. You're carrying the show. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm not sure on that, but
you don't have to mention it. I get it. But Dylan, everything good with you, man?
Same old. Y'all know how it go, man. This is what I love to do.
Yep.
Love doing this every single day of my life. You know, I adult all throughout the break, right before the break. So
yeah, adulting stinks.
Yeah, it sucks so bad, bro.
It stinks, dude.
It sucks so bad.
It's not fun. Oh man.
But it got to get done though. If you want to make it to the top or just make it to a decent place, it got to get done.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're getting your cap and gown. You're getting that all situated. You're about to graduate. That's awesome, man.
Man, it don't even feel real, man.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I'll say when I walked across the stage, it didn't feel real. I was like, this doesn't feel like it's happening.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a dream, but it did, and we're here. Speaking of here, we're gonna get started today, and we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we got NFL free agency to talk about. We'll hit on men's basketball for college and the NBA, but first and foremost, we're going to talk about women's college basketball.
Come on now.
We had a loaded weekend.
Let's go.
Of women's college basketball. As conference tournament has come and gone for pretty much all conferences. I know the ASUN, our own conference, still has their final to play and some others to play, but the big girls, I guess they should say, their conferences have come and gone. First, we're going to hit on Caitlin Clark, the sharpshooter from Iowa. She's now finished her career at Iowa, so she will go out, at least for now, the scoring leader for both men's and women's. And she will finish with yet another Big Ten championship as the Iowa Hawkeyes defeated the Nebraska Cornhuskers 94-89. Clark went out the Big Ten with a bang with a double-double, scoring 34 points, adding 12 assists, and also collecting 7 boards. She went 12 of 29 from the field and 5 for 17 for three-point range, going 5 of 6 from free throws. So kind of an off night.
At least 3-point shooting.
From three-point shooting.
You know what's crazy, though? I think she went like 1 of 9 to start the game. I mean, the first half.
Yeah.
So.
And that's not her. That's not
she
who
had like
she is.
30, like 32 in the second. And had like, I think 204 in the first. Like, I ain't gonna fanboy. I'm not gonna fanboy, bro.
But she won, and she played well. I mean, she still had 34 points.
What?
Yeah, y'all know. I love the fanboy.
You still have her as your screensaver?
No, I had to switch back to the everyday. I had to switch.
Back to the everyday.
Now he's doing it again.
I do it just for the day.
No, you don't have to do it. I just didn't know if you still had it.
No, I kept it on there for all throughout. I just changed it probably like 3 days ago.
Okay, all right. You don't have to change it back. I mean, we get it.
I love you.
You're a big fan of Caitlin.
I love you, Caitlin.
We're big fans of Caitlin's on this show as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a baller. She only hit 5 threes, or 5 threes, and she still scored 34 points. And it had a double-double, near triple-double.
Goated.
So Nebraska, they played it well as well. They were led by Alexis Markowski. She had a double-double in herself, 23 points and 13 boards. She's a very good player in her own right. But the big story of the weekend was LSU, Nebraska. LSU, South Carolina. So let's start about the game first. Angel Reese and Camila Cardoza continue their duel. But South Carolina, Milagia Fulwiley, I believe is how I pronounce her name. Yeah. I apologize if I misspoken. She had a night in the conference championship. She had a night coming off the bench with 24 points. She had a big night.
Couldn't miss.
8 of 12, went 4 for 5 from 3.
Oh,
she basically dominated.
Yeah. She got active.
Angel Reese, double-double, kind of consistent for what she's known for, 15 points, 13 boards, But the big story outside of South Carolina winning is there was a big brawl.
I thought we was getting to the game.
A brawl.
Well, we did talk about the game. Well, we did. We talked about the game. But this is the brawl, as you'll see. Flau'jae Johnson got into it. And then Camila Cardoza, as you'll see in 3,
Michael Parsons run
2,
through the gap.
1,
he
bink.
sacked him right at
And there it is. As the bench is cleared after that, Camila Cardoza was ejected for fighting. We'll talk about her situation in a minute, but both benches were ejected as well.
And her brother actually ran onto the
Yeah.
court.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I
So-
think you could see him coming
Boom!
up. Yeah, he'll come up here and he'll have like a backwards hat, I believe. On.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
so
Yep.
Flajay Johnson's brother did storm the court.
He realized she was 6'8".
He got he got arrested,
Yeah.
so he got charged with that because that's a big no. I get it. It's your family.
No,
I get it. That's
ain't
your
that- it
family,
ain't that
but at the same
crucial.
time,
it ain't that crucial.
you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it
You
ain't
got
that
arrested,
crucial.
but I get it. That's family. You want to protect your family. But anyway, so they had to finish the game 5-on-5. It was only like 2 minutes left to go in the game, so it wasn't like it was that big of a deal in terms of like the gameplay. Like the game was virtually decided. There was only like 2 minutes left, so
It
was like an 8-point lead, I think.
It was
Yeah,
a
that's-
7-point lead
Yeah.
with
Yes.
2 minutes left.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like but
I'll say I think there's like some serious ramifications though.
There
coming
is.
off like I think only what was it? LSU has to play with 5 players, or is it
Yeah.
South Carolina has to play with 5 players heading into the tournament game for
No,
the first
so-
round?
no.
Then-
So
They got it wrong on
so
the broadcast.
Cardoza is going to be
The only-
suspended for
yeah.
one game.
Okay.
So that's kind of goes into our next point. Camila Cardoza will miss the first round of the March Madness tournament as she was suspended because she got hit with fighting.
Okay.
Whereas, like,
She's supposed to.
yes,
Yeah.
she did. That's exactly what should have happened. But what you're saying is because the bench is cleared, even though they
Yes.
didn't participate, that's still automatic ejection.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you had somebody take a swing at somebody, then they would have been ejected.
Okay.
They would have missed time. But since nobody fought, it was just everybody was trying to break everybody up. They got ejected for that game, but not for the March
Yeah.
Madness tournament. But Camila Cardoza,
She will miss.
That makes
she will
sense.
miss, which I didn't realize this till the other day. I kind of mentioned it earlier. It's kind of, I think, funny at least. I didn't realize Camila Cardoza was from Brazil.
Yeah.
So when that happened and I realized she was from Brazil, I immediately thought back to the Furious 5, the movie, where Vin Diesel like puts his hands up and goes, "This is Brazil," and they all like pointed their guns at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I was like, that's where my mind went when I realized she was from Brazil.
Why that's the first thing?
Well, because she knocked the crap out of
she did.
Flajay Johnson,
She
and
came straight through the
that was
kneecap.
where I thought she would go, "This is Brazil."
Yeah,
So,
that was
But-
crazy.
hey, listen, it is, and I want to get your thoughts on it, and that's kind of why we're going a little longer than normal, and we can expect that from at least this show. We can go a little bit longer,
Yep.
because at least for me, I want to get you guys' perspective first. What were your thoughts on the fight? And, like, do you agree with the verdict that she will be suspended for the first game? You think it's right, wrong? What's your thoughts? And we'll start with Dylan.
Oh, sorry, man. Okay. As far as the fight, I mean, it's happened. I've been in like 3 or 4. I ain't gonna lie.
Mhm.
I get amped up. So I mean, she did the right thing. A teammate. I ain't gonna say she did the right thing, but she did the teammate thing to do.
Mhm.
Standing for your teammate, all that. I don't know. I just feel like South Carolina, and for South Carolina's point of view, if I'm Don Staley, I'm telling Cardoza, what was the point? Besides being a good teammate and all that, what was the point? We've beat them 3-4 times in a row. They can't touch us no matter how close the game is, or if we beat them by 20 or it's a close game. They can't beat us. There was no reason for you to do that. I appreciate you for being a good teammate, but we need you in this first round no matter who they go against, because Selection Sunday coming up, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, it's
Sunday.
on the 17th.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you don't know who you're going to face yet, and don't let it be a team with some good size. And because now, it's going to be South Carolina get put out in the first round, all because you want to shove Flajay 5'7" on a good day, however tall she is.
Knocked her out.
Yeah. So, as far as the game, though, me and my homeboys, we live for this matchup. For the last two years, I want to say 2 years, we've lived for this match. We get on the game, we get in the party, Discord, wherever, and we sit there and we watch the whole game from start to finish because not only we sports majors, but we love good basketball. And this is what the two teams do. They fight, they scrap. It's gonna be a dog pound. It's gonna be a brawl every single time, and that's nothing but appreciation for the game of basketball. So I look forward to South Carolina hopefully winning the first round without Cardoso. Hopefully she don't get an additional suspension.
No, I think they said that
Yeah.
this is it.
This is it? Okay. So hopefully she don't, because I would love to see this game again for all the marbles, for the national championship, because people want to say this was a bad publicity move for women's basketball.
I think it's great.
I know they don't want to picture that. They don't want to put that image out there. But this is what this is what brings fans to the game. Like, this is the entertainment aspect the game is about. It's about the emotions. It's about wanting to win. That's why we watch this. You're not a Titans fan for no reason.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not a Titans fan for no reason. So
even if they aren't in a good place right now.
that's what I'm saying. Like, we love these teams for a specific reason. We want to see them fight for for a championship. And that's what South Carolina and LSU going to do every single time. Angel Reese, Cardoso, Raven Jackson, all of them, Haley Van Leaf, Kim Mulkey, Dunn State, they put on a masterclass performance in that game. What was that, Sunday?
Yep, Sunday.
So
Yep, I was watching the last little bit of that game, and that's when the fight broke out. And boy,
I loved even the post-game interviews I loved from Angel, from Coach Kim, Coach Staley, all the players. I loved every second of it, because that's what it's about. That is what it is supposed to be. That was a game. That was a game.
Trey, what do you think about this situation?
Well, I thought it was a perfect form tackle. Something.
Well, she didn't wrap up.
Yeah,
she just led in with the shoulder. She didn't wrap up.
Probably, that's probably more action and power we're gonna see than in any NFL game now with the rules.
Nah, for real.
But I'm kind of on the same mind as Dylan. Just there was no real reason to do that, and you've now put your team in a much worse situation heading into the next round. And kind of like what you said, just hope that it's not some team that's got big, what's it called, big players with them.
Just
got some girth.
Some big women. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
The 6'8" for a woman is that's a
giant.
Yeah,
that's giant for a man.
Yeah, that's giant for a man. So
yeah.
But I felt like the situation in as a whole was just it is something that needs to. It does bring that fire to the game that has been missing for a while. Something that many people have been wanting for the WNBA to consistently do.
I would love to see that.
But yeah, just when it comes to just your team at that point, it's definitely not the best decision you could have made. I'm not necessarily sure it's a publicity stunt. It's just emotions getting to you. Like,
yeah,
right.
As soon as you see your teammate get pushed or shoved, your immediate reaction should be to
business.
Yep. Stand on business. Go help them. Get in the other person's face and it's going to escalate at that point. Yeah. Unless you're what was it, the Cowboys in Washington game a couple of years ago?
Yeah, where none of the offensive linemen helped.
Yeah, even after the guy got completely crushed.
That's what you don't want.
Yeah,
and I'm on the same page with both of you guys. From a coaching standpoint, I agree that it's going to hurt them no matter who they play, and that's what Coach Stanley's going to have to preach is like, hey, listen, what you did as a teammate, like you said, that's what you want. You want someone that's going to protect your teammate because that's your extended family. That's especially you're spending so much time with them, and that's people you grow to care for. But from a coach's perspective, it's not right. And I think where a lot of people are getting at with the fighting is that they don't want it to turn into, all right, this is how we go about ourselves. You still want to conduct yourself professionally, but still, like if it's sports, there's going to be fights.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's men's, women's. I don't care if it's women's lacrosse. I don't care if it's football. I don't care if it's polo, golf. I don't care. There's going to be some strife no matter what form of competition because that's how human beings are.
Yep.
And so I think you guys hit it on the nail with this is great for women's basketball. Fantastic. This is great. I mean, they are on a run in terms of women's college basketball where it just seems just in the past 2 years where they have just accelerated to a point in where they're one of the most talked about sports in the country.
Yeah.
Not just within their region, but within the entire country. People are wanting to talk about, shoot, we're talking about it. We had on our little rundown right here, all right? We said max 20 minutes. When have we ever talked about women's college basketball for anything more than like 5 minutes?
Facts.
Where it's usually like, hey, they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played, they did the X, Y, and Z. That's it. No,
This is
it's like
the
we have storylines to talk about, and that's
This
what
is the game. This is the results. Yada yada. All right,
Yeah.
now let's move on.
exactly.
Yeah.
But this is the reason why is because you have something to talk about. You have
Yeah.
rivalries. I mean, you have Angel Reese pulling Camila Cardoso's hair.
They was battling.
They
bro.
were going at it.
They were battling,
But that's
bro.
part of it. Last year, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, there was a rivalry there.
Yeah.
People
And-
tuned in to watch, and it's one of the most watched national championship women's basketball games in history. Guess what? If there is a rematch between these two teams in the NCAA
Oh
tournament,
my.
It's gonna
it's gonna
gonna be
my
must see.
crazy.
I pray, I beg. I know we in the middle.
You
of-
beg for that to
I
happen.
Beg.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. If we get that for the national championship game, oh, hold me back, boys. Hold me
We
back.
might have to do a live stream for
no,
that for that
really,
game.
bro, because
A role player's live
I
stream for that
don't-
game.
I
Like quite
gets
literally sitting
down.
down in here, TV all propped up, just
Yeah.
watching.
And
Bro.
just like holding Dylan down,
I
like
get
having tied
down,
to a
bro.
chair.
I don't play, man. When it's big games, I clear my schedule no matter what.
But that's the draw of it.
That's
and
what I'm saying. You're supposed to.
And that's what's supposed to happen. And that's where like the WNBA, we've talked about it before, they continue to fail because there's nothing to talk about. You know their one talking point for like the last 10 years? Pay equality. That's
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's the only thing people talk about in the WNBAs. They're like, well, we want to
Yeah.
be paid equally. Well, guess what? You have 10 people at your game.
Well, hopefully with Caitlin Clark coming in, and they'll
And
have
I'm buying
a
that
much,
jersey.
Dude,
much
I'm buying
more
that
the
jersey.
viewership.
Fever's ticket sales
Doubled.
have doubled. She's not
Yeah.
even a member of the team yet.
and they're already.
They haven't even.
Wasn't
I don't think they.
wasn't
did the
there
draft.
something that said? Wasn't there something that said that for the first time in WNBA history they've sold out an entire season ticket deal?
Yeah, I seen that.
Because people want to watch it. Because
Yeah.
she has a storyline. There's something there to draw people there.
And
Yeah.
You want to know something? We only 3-some hours away from the Fever Arena. Opening day. Don't let me live in Clarksville.
and it's not that there hasn't been stars in the WNBA. I mean, even as recently as Sabrina, she's a star in herself. But again, it's
different.
different. Like there's something to talk about. There's a buzz with Caitlin Clark. There's a buzz with Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. There's a buzz with Paige Buchers. So it's like,
Yeah. Shout out to Paige too. They won.
yep. Shout out to them. They who did they beat in their final?
Marquette.
It was a very low scoring
Yeah.
game, like 55-30 or something
yeah, they
like
beat
that.
I think it was Marquette.
Yeah, but
And
she's
so-
coming back, and that's kind of something I was kind of to me with Caitlin Clark. I thought she would stay another year.
Why would you? Well, for some money, yeah.
Well,
They
but at the
beat-
same time, this was pointed out to me
They
by
beat Marquette, then Georgetown. In the last 3 days, they've beaten Providence, Marquette, and Georgetown.
by Georgetown. But she's gonna get she's gonna make more money through NIL as a salary, but she's gonna get every brand deal in the books, so she's gonna make up for
Yeah.
her low.
She already on was it State Farm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna have every brand deal in the books, so she's gonna make up for her salary being low in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's already made up now. It's already in the savings account.
I hope
Roth
so.
IRA. You know.
I hope so,
Yeah.
but it's going to be awesome to see. I mean, she's not even a member of the Fever yet. What if the Fever trade away the pick?
They're not.
I mean, but like,
I don't think they're going to get the first pick.
No, I think they've already locked it in, haven't they?
So they already did they lottery?
I think so. I think it's locked in. Like they have the number 1 overall pick.
Well, her and Leah
Let's
Boston
see
is a combo.
here.
But that'd be crazy if they were just like, no, we're just going to trade the pick.
That would be the worst move. Yeah, no, they do got it. You're right.
I was saying, I think they got it locked in.
Oh, that was at the end of the year.
Well, because I don't think people would buy their season tickets if there's a chance that they wouldn't have the first pick.
So I need to go ahead and get my jersey money ready now.
Yeah,
Because I'm getting that.
yeah, they might sell out because they're not used to selling WNBA jerseys.
No, I'm getting that.
You better get on it because they might sell out.
Well, I go to the arena, get it. I paid that high price.
They might sell out at the arena, dude. I'm telling you, you better get on it because I guarantee you they're going to sell
How
out.
far is Iowa from Indiana?
It's pretty.
That's pretty far.
It's a lengthy distance because you got to think Iowa's like one of the flyover states.
Yeah.
But
It's about 7 hours.
yeah,
7 hour drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be packed. They'll make that drive.
yeah.
They'll make that drive.
At least by playing, it seems.
But you got
like
shout
it's
out
not that
Juju
long.
Watkins of USC as well. Freshman. She won Pac-12. Yeah,
Pac-12.
yeah, Pac-12 as a freshman.
Soon to be Pac nothing. but-
Yeah, soon to be Pac nothing. She surpassed Caitlin Clark for most points in her freshman season. I think she's like second or third now. So I mean, yeah, she's a bucket, bro.
So she's
a bucket.
gonna just like break the record.
She ain't gonna break Caitlin's record, but she broke the freshman record, which is
Okay.
fine.
All right, that's
She ain't-
fine.
She ain't that cold, but she cold. She
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, we got to move on. But like, if Caitlin did come back for another season,
it's over with, bro.
oh my gosh, she would crush the record.
Yeah,
She's already crushing it now.
but
Is she at 4K point? Is she at 4K points yet?
She's close, bro.
I don't know. She's probably like right on the cusp if she
Yeah.
hasn't already got it. All right, but like we said, March 17th will be the Selection Sunday, so we'll see the matchups from there. Like I said, there's still some smaller tournaments like the A-Sun that have still not yet to conclude, but we'll see what happens there. We're going to skim over men's basketball, but before we do have social medias.
3,771 points.
Oh,
She's not close.
She like 250 away.
yeah, she may not get it.
230.
She's 229 away.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just have to do it all in the tournament. She'll have to hit like 50 points every game, but that's fine. She can do it. But we do have social media, Twitter and Instagram, or X, as it's now called. Role players at APSU for both, so please give us a follow for that. And again, we've mentioned on Crunch Time, but how about Coach Fanning of the Govs baseball team?
Shout out,
Shout out
Coach.
to him for giving us a follow. He was our 5th follower on Twitter. Instagram, we got like 15 or so followers, so we're doing pretty good on Instagram, but Twitter, we're kind of lacking. But Coach Fanning with the follow, so shout out to him. Coach Fanning, we want you to know, if you want to come on the show, just shoot us a text
Come on,
or
Coach.
or a DM. We would love to have you
Come
on
on,
the show.
Coach.
On both this show or Crunch Time, either or. All right. So, again, we're going to skim over the men's basketball as a lot of the smaller conferences have concluded, but the major conferences such as the G5 and Power 5 have either not started the tournament or will start today. Like I think the SEC starts today as Vanderbilt will take on Arkansas at 6, followed by Missouri and Georgia concluding that game. Tennessee, Kentucky, Auburn, and Alabama will not play until the quarterfinals on Friday. UT will play the winner of LSU and Mississippi State. We're going to talk about this a little bit. You know, I had on here which Power 5 team are you most excited for? I mean, I don't know. My team, Vanderbilt's out of it unless they go on a run in the tournament.
Arkansas legit though.
I mean, anyone's legit against Vanderbilt. They stink.
Yeah, they do. Y'all are garbage.
As much as I'm not a Tennessee fan, I am excited to see what Tennessee does in the tournament.
It's gonna be them in Kentucky or them in Auburn.
Yeah, I'm excited. I actually am kind of excited to see what Tennessee does. I hate to say that. I know
No.
Reese is probably going to clip this for the end of time,
Komet, man.
dude.
He-
He's
legit.
legit.
He legit, bro.
He's a bucket.
Bro, walking bucket.
But I'm excited to see. I mean, Trey, is there anyone you're looking at in particular?
For this?
Yeah, for the men's. I mean, it's not exciting to talk about as the women's, but
It's not.
I would
it's not. But hey,
I would-
it's March Madness. It's about to come up.
I would take a gander. We talked about the women's team of this, but potentially South Carolina.
Yeah,
They've
Oh
got,
no, they have been legit lately.
Mhm. So they've got to beat. I think it's the winner of Vanderbilt and Arkansas today, actually, in a couple of hours.
yep.
Then winner of that moves on to face Auburn, and then honestly, the hardest team in this is probably going to be Tennessee. If you can beat Tennessee, then
Yeah.
you have a legitimate shot here.
Yeah.
I think South Carolina and Florida to me are probably the two that I'm interested to see what happens in.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Yeah, Arkansas, please put Vanderbilt out of their misery. I don't want. I just want it to be over. We stink at basketball. Jerry Stackhouse should be fired.
Just please
Just put
end
us
it.
out of our misery. We did beat Florida last game of the regular season, which I don't know how that happened. They must have had everybody hurt.
Black magic.
I know.
That's what happened.
All right, going on to the NBA. The Celtics remain at the top of the Eastern Conference with the Cavs and the Bucks close behind in second and third. OKC remains atop of the West.
Is it close?
It's a 10 game.
Is it close?
Not really, but
The fight for second is real.
the
Though.
fight for second is that's really what it is. It's
Second
like
and third.
second and third are pretty
Really
pretty
two
locked.
through you can say 2 through 7, but
Yeah.
really 2 through 8.
Outside of that, outside 2 through 8, it's just whoever gets it.
Yeah. But, I mean, the Celtics are just doing their thing.
Yeah.
It's not really exciting to talk about right now just because it's like, yeah, the season's not quite over, but it's also not.
We in the we like pre-playoff period
Yeah.
now. So
And then in the West, Minnesota's at the top with Denver close behind at second. The NBA's got, like you said, roughly about a month left before the playoffs, but Lakers, Heat, Warriors are kind of hanging around. The play-in tournament kind of hanging around that 6-7 spot, try to get in the playoffs rather than the tournament, or the play-in tournament, I should say.
At this point, with the play-in and stuff, just lock in those 10 teams. Don't even, for the Western Conference at least.
yeah.
The best team after them is the Houston Rockets, who I think just lost Sengun for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he done.
So they're one of their best players out. You are now in a much worse situation, and you're already, 4.5 games behind the Warriors just for 10th place, at least for the 10 on the other side. It's like, well, the Atlanta Hawks are not that far ahead of the Brooklyn Nets, but
Who cares?
yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
Like, whoever gets the 10th and 9th spot doesn't really deserve it in the Eastern Conference, but the Western Conference is just lock them in.
yeah.
Don't worry about any other team. Just
Get better,
lock in those 10.
Sengun.
Yeah.
Get better.
There's just not a lot to
I'm
talk
glad
about.
he didn't break nothing or tear something.
Yeah, that was tough seeing him get,
Yeah.
wheeled off in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
but
And he had been on fire recently.
Yeah, them last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, like, what was it? He had a 45-point game on Victor Wembanyama
Yeah.
and the Spurs, then coupled it with like a triple-double.
Then he had like a 20. I think he had like a 20 and 13, 14 game.
Yeah.
Like a couple games after. He legit.
Yeah.
Sengun legit.
yeah. But, it's the NBA, like I said, until they get to the playoffs, it's kind of like, who cares?
Yeah.
All right, but what we do care about is NFL free agency.
Yeah.
As
Here
it
we go.
officially started today, but the tampering period started Monday. So it kind of started Monday, and boy, oh boy, did it take off. Golly.
Oh, that's a
Take-
smooth graphic.
Yeah, Trey Whiteout with his awesome graphic that he put together. But to hit on some of the big names that moved, Saquon Barkley signed with the Eagles, 3 years, $37.75 million. Kirko Cousins goes to the ATL as he signs a 4-year,
Put them chains on.
Put the chains on. 100. He's going to add some more chains. $180 million. 100 of that is guaranteed.
Oh.
Josh Jacobs signs a 4-year deal, $48 million to play with the Green Bay Packers. Christian Wilkins got paid as he got 4 years, $110 million to go to Las Vegas and play for the Raiders. Patrick Queen signed with in-division rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, that was crazy.
Yep, 3 years, $41 million. And then finally, if my king, Derrick
The one that
Henry,
hurts the heart the most.
has found himself a new kingdom as he signs with the Baltimore Ravens for 2 years, $20 million. I know that Zach Pugh has to be a very happy person right now that he gets King Henry. I wish King Henry all the best in the world. I hate that we had to see him go, but I completely understand why he's doing this.
Yeah. It's the
I do
Titans,
too.
bro.
Okay,
the Ravens
dude,
were
calm down.
The Ravens were possibly the best place that he could have went to. Like
He could went to the Chargers.
if he went to the Chargers.
I told you I'm on the Chargers.
No,
Well, he could have went to the Rams.
no.
No, like the main thing is you need to feed Henry the ball. Like
Yeah.
if you go to the Chargers or the Rams,
They're gonna
those
get
are
too
two
pass
more
happy.
they're two pass happy offenses, at least with the Chargers, and the Chargers are going more so. Well, they just I believe cut Mike Williams.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
looking to potentially get rid of Joey Bosa
Yeah.
and
they
Keenan Allen,
they
and
reconstructed.
they just restructured Khalil Mack's contract and are keeping him. But realistically, we might see two of their better players still get cut afterwards. So,
Feed
along
Herbert,
with
man. That's all I'm saying. Give Herbert anything,
Yeah.
bro. He need help.
then the Rams, I believe, have Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and
And our
Tyler Higbee.
O-line just got beef.
Yeah, so it's
Woo-hoo.
the Rams were much more pass happy. The only one I could see outside of potentially the Ravens is that of the Eagles, and the Eagles had just signed.
Y'all didn't think he was going to the Cowboys? A lot of people kept saying he was going to the Cowboys.
Well, because he bought a house in Dallas, and
The-
that was kind of like the big rumor and Dallas made sense because they didn't have kind of that bruising back. They had Tony Pollard, who the Titans have signed.
Yeah, they ain't got no O-line, though.
Well, they lost Biotic, and Tyron Smith is still a free
Yeah.
agent, which Tyron Smith has been linked to the Jets. I think he's taking a visit to the New York, if I'm not mistaken, with the Jets actually traded for Morgan Moses as well.
The defensive tackle.
Well, the offensive tackle
Offensive
for
yeah.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
So he's going to be inserted into their offensive line. He'll probably be their starting right tackle. And then we had some big trades as well. Speaking of, Brian Burns got traded to the Panthers, or it's traded from the Panthers to the Giants in exchange for a 24 second-round pick as well as a 25 fifth-round pick. Carlton Davis, DB from Tampa, got traded to the Lions.
That was a good pickup.
For a 24 third-round pick. The Bucks also sent the Lions a 24 sixth and a 25 sixth. Jerry Jeudy being traded to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for a 5th and 6th round pick in this year's draft. Deontay Johnson, as of yesterday, got traded to the Panthers in exchange for Dante Jackson in a draft pick. They also sent a draft pick to Carolina as well. But some notable free agents that are still remaining: Chase Young, Justin Simmons, Eric Armstead, Xavier Howard, Tre'Davious White, Tyron Smith, Calvin Ridley. But guys, I mean, free agency has been bonkers.
Yeah.
Bonkers the first few days, and we just got a text from both Trey and Paige. The Titans just signed Mason Rudolph.
Woo!
So he'll be our backup quarterback. I mean, listen. I mean, we talked. Listen, we talked about the Titans. I've talked about them, their moves.
D Hop still there or nah?
Yeah, he's got one.
Unfortunately.
He's got one more year on his contract.
D-Hop? Yeah, he's got one more year on his contract.
So they did sign Tony Pollard to a 3-year, $24 million, I believe
Yeah.
it was. Lloyd Cushenberry, which I'm a huge fan of. I'm so happy we picked him up. He signed a 4-year deal.
They also signed Chidobe Awuzie and Kenneth Murray.
Yep.
And I'm happy about both. We need another linebacker if we signed Kenneth Murray.
Yep, signed Sadiq Charles yesterday as an interior depth position, and then signed Mason Rudolph today. So we've first day we kind of hit the ball running. Second day and third day kind of taking a little bit of a breather. But
what's the projected record for you guys now with all these star-studded moves?
It depends on
Depends on the draft.
because we still need 2 tackles. We need another wide receiver. We need another linebacker, someone on the edge, maybe a defensive tackle.
we also
and
need interior defensive line.
Yeah.
We need a lot.
The list gets long,
we need a lot.
boys.
Though I did hear that we are potentially looking at multiple trades. One with the Chiefs to get Snead.
Yep.
Going
I did
with the
see about
Bengals to get T. Higgins, and then potential pickups of Mr. Simmons and Eric Armstead as well.
Simmons.
Justin Simmons.
I thought he
Safety.
got with Pittsburgh.
No.
No. I'm trying to.
Are you thinking of Patrick Queen or?
You might
No.
be thinking of Patrick.
No, granted, I mean, there's been 1,000 signings. We also signed a backup running back who hasn't never seen the field in Julius Chestnut, which is great.
I'm pretty sure that's just in case we do have one of our starters go down.
And Hunter Renfrow got cut today as well.
Yeah, he
I seen
and
that.
Jimmy Garoppolo got cut.
Yeah.
That potentially is a place that we could see Justin Fields get traded to.
What, Oakland?
Yeah.
Or not Oakland, but Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could make sense. That's the thing with like the Atlanta's signing with Kirk Cousins, because like everyone had Atlanta as like the crystal ball for Justin Fields, and then they signed Kirk Cousins
And then the Steelers as well was another one, and then they picked up Russell Wilson.
for free.
Yeah,
For
for free,
free.
essentially. $37 million getting paid to the Broncos, and they're just paying a measly $3 million.
But the thing is with the Steelers,
That's less than Pollard this year.
what ground are they in now? You got your defense is okay. So I was wrong about the Steelers. I seen rumors this morning about the Steelers, so it's not confirmed. But you get Justin Simmons, you got Russ, Najee. You still got Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
What's the word? Are they contenders? Are they competing? What's the word?
It's all going to depend on how Russ played. If he plays like he did this past season, they got a legit chance.
They're like 12-5.
They'll go over 500 regardless.
The problem is,
that's easy.
The
Yeah,
problem is, I mean, you look at Baltimore. Baltimore's made a lot of good moves. They signed.
But they lost some pieces though.
Well, they lost Patrick Queen.
And Moses.
They do have
Yep.
a Roquan Smith, though, so they still
I forgot about Roquan.
Yeah.
Forgot about Roquan.
Forgot
about Roquan.
But yeah, I mean, you got Baltimore right there. I mean,
To be fair, the only team
The Browns.
the Browns
Oh,
are,
they
just
legit,
as
though.
legit.
The,
And then the Bengals. I mean, you get Joe Burrow back healthy.
I I don't remember what all Cleveland has done so far, but right now, with as much like a team has gotten better, I'd say probably only only really the Ravens with Henry, because I've not heard a single thing from Cleveland yet.
But I mean, they
No,
don't
not
really.
Cleveland,
Chicago- yeah.
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Cincinnati's
Chicago's
one that-
signed. I say Chicago. Cleveland's re-signed a lot of players, a
That's
lot
what
of
I'm
depth
saying,
players. They
Let's
did re-sign
see.
Darius Smith.
The
Jerry
defense
Judy.
is legit.
Jerry
Darius
Judy's
Smith,
kind of.
Shelby Harris, Jordan Hicks,
Yep.
Jameis Winston,
I seen
Corey
that.
Bajorquez, Naheem Hines, Michael Dunn, Maurice Hurst. They've signed a fair amount, but they
Yeah.
have lost.
Offensive line still legit.
But they have
Yeah.
lost Jordan Elliott, Sion Takitaki, Anthony Walker Jr., Harrison Bryant.
Taki left. That was my guy.
So like they basically subbed in a bunch of depth players for depth players that they lost,
Yeah,
and
which
then
is fine.
then they got Jerry Judy, and then they got a decent backup quarterback because I mean Deshaun Watson, you don't know what his
his
health's going to be like. So
Hopefully Nick Chubb bounce back. Come on, Chubb.
yeah, I don't even know if he's going to be able to play this year.
Let's get right, Chubb.
If he does, it'll be like the second half of the season because
Probably.
that was not. And yeah, I mean we wish him the best.
I got faith.
But, I mean, golly, I mean, you want to talk about just impact all around. I mean, there's some of the moves that, to me, didn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I get Josh Jacobs signing,
With the Packers.
it looks pretty, but,
That's-
to me, it's like Aaron Jones was not losing a step. The only thing with Aaron Jones is
In
his
fact, he was
health.
dominant in that last month, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
he was on a
like-
tear. When he's healthy, he's good.
And he just went to the Vikings, right?
Yeah, again, a lot of players have been doing that. I mean, the Titans, they lost
Switching,
Aziz
Oh,
and Danico Autry.
And to be fair, A.J. Dillon is a free agent right now, so technically they only had one running back available, and they said, let's pick up Josh Jacobs instead.
Jacobs can still do it. I think he
He's-
was not unmotivated.
Plus,
and
He's good, but I
what's his name?
don't know. That's just a lot of money to throw at a running back.
what'd he get?
4 years, 48 million.
Ooh.
But it's not guaranteed. But still, that's a lot of money.
Is nothing's guaranteed, or he
I
got-
mean, I'm sure some of it is, but not 48 million.
Yeah.
Like Derek's was 2 years, 20 million. 9 of it's guaranteed up front
To be
in the
fair-
first year.
To be fair, they do have a potential out after 1 year,
Yeah.
apparently, but it will cost them about 15 mil.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some of these moves. I mean, the one that gets me is we were talking about this on the way out yesterday. The Brian Burns.
Yeah.
You only got a
it did
second
not
round
make-
pick if you're Carolina for Brian Burns.
But
Like
I mean,
one of the
don't
best
even-
edge rushers in
you
the
went
league.
from Carolina to New York, though.
Yeah, I don't even
You went
understand.
from trash to trash.
Yeah.
Like that one makes legitimately none of the sense in the world. I don't get it. Like I just legitimately don't get it. Oh my gosh, we just signed Calvin Ridley.
Oh, we
No
did.
way.
Yeah, we just signed Calvin Ridley. 4 years, $92 million.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We got a wide receiver outside of
Wait,
D-Hop.
40.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, that is a big contract. That's
Y'all almost gave him $25 million a year.
yikes.
Oh my God.
I don't know about that,
I
Chief.
don't know about that, but at
Oh,
least
boy.
we have a wide receiver.
Oh, I don't
Thank
know
you,
about that,
Lord.
Chief.
Thank you.
4 years, 92 million. How much guaranteed?
Let's see.
50 fully guaranteed. What are we
50
doing?
million guaranteed, yeah.
Oh man, that's,
Y'all got money to blow.
We do have money to blow. That's the thing.
money to blow.
Golly, that's brutal. I can't wait for
But
my.
hold on.
I can't wait
Hold
for
on.
my friends to
Okay,
text.
I
'cause
know
that
y'all
is
Titans
huge.
fans. All right, Calvin really was not used properly
He was not.
in
No.
Jacksonville
No,
with
he
Trevor
wasn't.
Lawrence and them boys.
No,
How? Oh, I don't know who y'all starting quarterback is. Is
Will
it,
Levis.
It's going
is
to be
Levis?
Will Levis, yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
how y'all think that's gonna work now? TP, Levis, Hopkins. Really?
They are going to move to a more pass-happy offense because that's what you're going to have to do.
yeah,
You can't your entire offense last year was supposed to be built around Derrick Henry, and he got traded.
Yeah.
No, he left, and it just didn't work. The tackles were awful. Center was bad, and the only two players who were actually redeemable were the guards. And we did center already with Lloyd Cushenberry. We still need we still need two tackles, and
Yep.
we're gonna hopefully get one in the draft. But
I think you go at number 7. You go.
You gotta go.
just tap
You go tackle.
You
Probably
got to.
Joe Alt. The only team that I see could potentially take
The Chargers.
is the Chargers. I think that
Is it bad that this is the best wide receiver combo?
Yeah,
we've
no,
had
y'all really
since,
just broke down for Calvin really, and that's
since-
wicked.
That is
That's
crazy.
wicked.
It's bad that this is the best wide receiver combo we've had since Corey Davis and AJ Brown.
That's crazy.
And that was what, 4 years
Now
ago?
I'll tell you
That
what.
was about 4 years
I
ago.
will.
Yeah.
I will tell you
Because
what.
it was during the 2020 season.
I'll tell you what. Our team is a lot faster
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, we went from like we probably went from one of the slowest teams in the NFL last year to probably at least not Miami Dolphins fast, but we were fast.
Seahawks
Calvin
have
Ridley.
also agreed to veteran offensive tackle George Fant.
The Seahawks re-signed Fant.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That stinks. He was good. I kind of wanted him last year when we ended up getting Hubbard, and Hubbard was okay, but he just wasn't. He wasn't George Fant. George Fant started like almost every single game for Houston.
Yeah.
Man, that stinks about Danico Autry. I wanted him back.
I wanted him and Aziz back.
Aziz. If you'd asked me if I wanted Kenneth Murray or Aziz, I'd say Aziz. But
I'd say Aziz in a
They
heartbeat.
fanboying over the Tennessee Titans.
Kenneth-
What am I doing?
You get Kenneth for cheaper, but like,
I mean, you've jumped around a couple of teams, haven't you?
yeah.
Hey, hold on.
This is what loyalty looks like.
No.
This is
I
what-
ride with Stafford day in and day out.
Then
This
what
is what-
happened to staying with the Rams?
I know,
thought you
this
just
is
said
what-
the Chargers.
This is what loyalty looks like
Because
right
I
here.
want better. I think when my quarterback retires, you have to scout. You have to scout for when my boy retires.
No, we don't get that luxury. We literally just had a king leave us, and we're still
Y'all mistreated y'all king.
No, we did not mistreat our king. Our
To be fair,
John
we had
Ro-
no
John Robinson mistreated
Okay,
our king.
y'all organization
Yes.
mistreated.
organization completely
I
mistreated.
was literally bowing to him when he got announced at the games. I was on a knee going, "My king."
My king was mistreated in Detroit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
So-
he wasn't a king though. He was.
What
a
you
quarterback.
mean?
No,
He
this
put
guy was.
Detroit on the map
This guy literally was a king
for 2 seasons.
for 9
Multiple.
seasons. Calm
2
down.
seasons.
It was
2
not
real
9
seasons.
seasons.
It was not 9 seasons.
2
but
winning
it
seasons.
was-
But he was king for like five of
Two
those.
winning
yes,
seasons.
for about
No,
five.
no.
For about 5 or 6
3.
seasons, he's
5.
been.
3.
5.
For about 5 or 6 seasons,
I
Henry
give you
has
3
been.
seasons,
Man,
and
that-
year 4
man,
he got
Calvin
2 good
Ridley.
weeks.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's like 22, right? Or
Six-
18, 20.
6
But see,
seasons,
like, but-
2018 to 2023.
But that's the only thing is like the 92 million is not. He's not going to see all 92. He's going to see 50 of it for sure. But that 92 isn't fully guaranteed. So it's like the
Might as
92.
well.
Yeah. I want to sign Eric Armstead. That's like
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
sign him. I want to sign probably who was the linebacker they were talking about yesterday? There's one linebacker that they were talking about yesterday that they were saying was linked to Tennessee.
There's a lot of linebackers.
I don't
Yes.
know.
That's
We
a
probably,
lot.
but yeah,
Let me-
we need an
Let
interior.
me look it up real quick.
We need an interior defensive lineman. Eric Armstead would fit that mold, or DJ Reader. DJ Reader, nobody's running at that guy.
If
Oh,
we pick up DJ Reader,
Question.
I'd be
So,
ecstatic.
because I'm not finna sit here and listen to y'all fanboy about the Tennessee Titans. I can't do it. My blood pressure is not that high. The Jettas, does he get traded?
No, I think that's a whole bunch of talk. No.
You don't believe it?
I mean, they're gonna probably draft a quarterback.
Jerome Baker.
That's it. That's the
Oh, I
guy.
like him.
I like him too.
Yeah, I like Baker.
If they get Jerome Baker, I'd be pretty happy. They'd
Yeah.
probably get him on a deal too. I mean, we got
Jerome-
Aziz on a 1-year
Team,
contract.
team
That's-
friend. Yeah, maybe.
I wanted Willie Gay badly to be the other guy with us, but it's fine. If we get Jerome Baker, I'd be happy.
Give me
Yeah.
an interior defensive tackle, and then give me an offense. I mean, shoot, if they draft Joe Alt, they need to probably get another receiver. It could be exciting. This is fun. This is the fun part of fanhood because there's no
There's no way.
there's no repercussions at all. It's
Yeah.
just you get to just imagine what can happen.
Imagine still losing at the end of the
Dude,
season.
stop.
I could never.
I can't wait for
I
John.
could
I can't
never.
wait for Harbaugh
Didn't
to
you just-
bust in
wait,
the NFL.
Imagining is
My
still
quarterback
losing.
went
You
8 and
quite
8. Bro. My
literally-
quarterback went 8 and 8, bro.
You quite
My quarterback went
literally.
8 and 8. My quarterback went 8 and 8.
Your quarterback
7
was in
and 9.
Detroit for the longest time, then went to
Well,
the Rams,
scratch
won
off.
a
Yep.
Super Bowl. Then the immediate aftermath of that was
We-
getting absolutely crushed.
Everybody was hurt, bro. He was hurt, neck, elbow. Aaron Donald didn't know it. He was half in, half out. Jalen Ramsey tore his he was tripping. I don't know what he had going on.
I mean, for the past 3 seasons, the Titans have been quite literally a walking hospital.
Yeah.
Like they have been a walking
Hey,
hospital.
But we back though. Y'all see what we did this year,
Yeah,
and y'all.
you guys did much better.
And then
Puka
next year
Nacua
we
come-
beefed up that O line. We finna go get us a running
I,
back.
Well-
I will say Puka Nacua did save the Rams because
That's fine.
because if it wasn't for him, that Rams team is probably doing much worse.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
guys, that'll do it because we're at 45
Aw.
minutes. I know we could keep going, but I mean, it's fun. I can't wait to talk about it next week because there's probably going to be more signings next week. But
This
that's
is
crazy.
probably the most I've talked in a while.
This
Yeah.
is crazy. All right, we are
Times.
going to get out of here again. Huge shout out to Paige Hearn as she has been a trooper back there running the boards. Thank you to Dylan Walton, Trey Whiteowl for being on the show and talking sports as we always do. Big shout out to Steve Sawyer in the back for making the show happen. David Ellison for making the show happen. Huge shout out to him, and then Doc V for allowing us to use this very beautiful studio. We thank you guys a lot, and we'll see you guys next week. This has been Role Players. Peace.